Hey everybody, we got another tutorial here. We're going to be doing this pink Natrolite today. I love these, they look like little toasted marshmallows. Sometimes this material is called pink Larimar, but that's kind of a misleading name. It's also been called Thompsonite. I've seen it marked as Thompsonite a lot. Okay, we've got two sizes of wire that we're using. I've got a pin vise that I'm going to use to twist some of the square wire that I've got. So you just feed that right into the head there, tighten it up. I can't say how much I love this tool to twist the square wire. Very easy to use. We've got some nylon grip pliers right here. Again, very helpful tool. So you just hold it on one end, so nice and sturdy without marring the wire, and twist with the pin vise. Then you can twist it to, you know, whatever look you're going for. It will harden the wire there, work harden the wire there, so it will get stiff. Here's the wire that I use. This is half round, 20 gauge coming from Rio Grande. And you can see the skew right on that spool there, so you can look it up. And here's our half round. Got some cutters there. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of eyeball it. I usually eyeball it. You know, you can measure it out or figure out what works for you. Using the nylon jaw pliers, I like to straighten it out. They're very helpful for not marring the wire. Okay, if you look at it right here, what I'm trying to point out is looking at the shadow, you can see which side is your round side of the half round and which side is your flat. Pause it, look closely, all right? It will help you out, I'm telling you. All right, you want your square wires shoulder to shoulder, you see that? That really helps to not have gaps, and it takes some time to learn that, y'all. It's not a quick thing to just snap your fingers and be able to shoulder them, along with this step here. So now I'm taking the half round wires and we're creating what I like to call the bindings, right? So the bindings, when you're creating this is what holds the frame together. Critical part of many wraps is how it's held together. So the half round is going around the square wires. I'm just pinching the excess there with the nylon jaw pliers. I like to do this part mainly by hand, all right? See, I'm using my nails there to get the, kind of like close the gap. It's taken me a while, but I really do like doing that, and then just doing one little with the nylon jaw pliers there. See that? I did use the chain nose pliers to kind of just gently squeeze them together so that the bars on the bindings are nice and shoulder to shoulder. When I clip these right here, it's very important you clip, it's kind of hard to explain. When you clip it, you are going to want to clip it before the end of the wire. See that? Like right in the middle. That's what you want. If you don't do that and you clip it closer to the edge, you might have snags. So catching on wire, scraping skin, hair, things like that. Again, I put my finger gently resting against the edge of it. Calm down, it didn't poke into my finger. But that stops it from shooting off. So a little helpful hint there. Now right here, it's important to note that the side you start your bindings on, you're going to want to continue like that, okay? So this way, all of the parts that you cut are all facing one side, one layer. This way, those can all go against the stone when you wrap the frame around the stone. Okay, so you can see my clips, not right there. You want to go in a little bit more, like that. There we go. That illustrates what I'm saying there. There you go, to prevent the snags. Okay, see right there. If you left it like that or cut it too close to the edge, you'd have a catch or a snag. So you get your flush cutters right in there. Rest. I like to rest my finger right there, but be careful you don't clip your finger. If you don't trust yourself, use a different method. All right, use a different method. but that's one of the things I like to do. So I'm very gently using the chain nose just to shape and do the final parts of that. There we go. Again, very gently, because if your chain nose pliers slip, it's going to mar and gouge the wire there. Also, it's worth noting right now, you see how I'm holding it? That has the round, the half round side facing out. That's the way you want to use it. That's why I was saying earlier, it's really important to be able to like visually look at the shadows and see which side is facing you, the flat side or the half round side. If you're unfamiliar with this wire, it looks exactly like it sounds. It's like half of a circle. So half of it is rounded, the other half or the other part of it will just be a flat. So there we go. You can see that controls the scraps, which you might not think is really important or a big deal until some of it gets in your coffee. And then you'll start paying attention to where them scraps go. Okay, now we're looking at the adjusting the bindings there. See the 3 bindings? Adjusting them to be spaced out for whatever design we're going to do. So we're getting ready to bend the frame around the stone, so it's got a general shaping to it, okay? It's really important to hold the stone down and hold the wire down, okay? You're going to want the wire to be nice and flush with, you know, your surface and your stone. Make sure it's not like creeping up where it starts to you know, wrap higher on the stone, because then it's just not going to fit right. If it's not like a perfect grab, that's not a big deal. You know, I mean, if it does walk up, you can always adjust it. You see how the wire kind of gets in its own way? I like to just notch it out like that so that I can have room to close that other side and get a little bit more of a pinch, like that. See how my pointer finger's holding it down so that it's not sliding up the stone, because it's definitely going to want to. And you can see the gaps right there. That's just, you know, I mean, at this stage, I really like to try and get those gaps out as best as I can. So you can see right there, pretty good frame on it. Now, okay, this is where things get a little pricey. This is where I do my hands, okay? So the bindings pinch the frame, and it allows you to create some hands, okay? The hands, think of it like the hands that hold the stone on the front and the back. I've got a little locking jaw plier there, and what I've got is just a little like eyeglass screwdriver, and I have it pinched in there. You have to be careful so you don't scratch your hand, but you see how I'm holding the 2 bindings and just slipping it over the screwdriver blade right there, the little edge of the screwdriver. You have to hold the bindings while you're doing this, okay? If you don't, the bindings will just slide out because you're wedging the screwdriver in between the 2 wires. So again, right there you see the left and right side holding the bindings, or else this method is useless. And you be mindful, all right? You see my pointer fingers are kind of like resting on the edges of the screwdriver. And I'm just kind of wiggling it, rotating it, but you don't want your fingers to be resting over where the screwdriver is going to push through, because obviously it's going to feel terrible. So be safe, you know what I mean? But this is one way that I see, those are the 2 hands right there. This is one way that I use to be able to get very precise hands pulled out and very tight quarters of, like, you know, bindings that are close to each other. So it allows me to kind of repeat without marring the outside parts of the wire, okay? The inside may get a little bit scratched up, but it's going to be facing the stone and grabbing around the stone. So I think that's preferable, okay? See now, I am using the screwdriver here. Or sorry, not the screwdriver, the chain nose pliers. Man, sorry for going off camera there. But you see how I'm pushing the, sorry about that. I'm pushing the hand on the back side right there, kind of like shifting it forward on the front and back on the ones that are supporting the back of the stone. I like to use that as a tool, but you got to be very careful because again, if it slips, it's going to do a big old gouge. So, you know, just be mindful of that. You got a lot of pressure in one little area. And then see, I can hold it down on the table there so that the stone doesn't move as I'm adjusting the frame. So I'm using like my pointer finger, my thumb to keep the stone where I want it and keep the frame right on the stone. If you don't pay attention, see I'm using my pointer finger to hold the binding. You don't need to follow all these steps, but as you feel more comfortable adding them in, it allows you to make tweaks and revisions without other things changing around you, which I think is very important. You know, because it really does suck when you change one thing and then 3 others go out of whack, and you're gonna have some of that, but it's coming along really good, I think. So what I like to do is get the bindings on the back done first, typically, and then move along to the front. So you can see right there, there's 2 hands that the bindings are, sorry, I misspoke. I've got 2 hands on the back, right there. We're just kind of adjusting, getting rid of the gaps. But I do like to do the bottom 2 first, or 1 or 2, however the design is asking for. And then I typically will get the gaps out like we see here. Also, I'm on a silicone mat right there. I do recommend that. I just have like a roll-out silicone mat. I think that's great, so you don't like scar or mar up your desk, whatever you're working on, because I do be digging my pliers and dropping stones and all kinds of stuff. So maybe having a little mat is a good idea. Right here, I'm actually pulling the hands out with just my nail. You can use, see that right there on the left? And then we're just gonna mimic the same on the right. Before you do it, it's important to make sure your bindings are balanced, okay? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna use the chain nose pliers right there, just to gently, if that slips, it's gonna suck. So just be careful with that, all right? I do like to do these micro adjustments like this to kind of balance it out, but you can see right there. All right, I do have a little gapping under the hands. So to address that, I'm holding it with my thumb and then pressing the chain nose pliers down. All right, that closes the gap between the hand and the stone right there. All right. I really do like to have the frame tight to the stone. I really do. I'm not a super fan of negative space in my designs. It's just my style. I really feel like it keeps the attention on the stone. And I just like the way it looks and feels to not have too much negative space or gapping. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. See the symmetry? Try and keep the bindings balanced and the hands fairly balanced. That, I think, just gives it a next level design. So that, I mean, this is the back though, but you get what I'm saying. This will roll to the front as well, as having the bindings in a very close symmetry spot. So again, I'm using my nail to pull this hand out, but you see my thumb is holding the binding in place, because if I don't and I just start tweaking with that bar right there to pull the hand out, it's just going to shift the binding way up into the area we don't want it, because it'll be in the way of the bail. Okay, we're doing the same thing right here. I got the hand started, okay, and now I'm just very carefully, oh, did that just slip? God dang. You want to watch for that. You want to watch for that. Now I'm balancing them out. Okay, and we've got a strong setup for our bale now. Look at that. Very, very little gapping just at the top where we'll be working, but you see how it's tight to the stone? Okay, I found a little gap. Little gap. Pressing that down. There we go. Okay. Cool, so now we've got our frame grabbed really well onto the stone here. These are flat nose pliers. Some people call them duckbill pliers. You can see they've got a nice flat grab on them. I love these for setting up the bale. I think it's very important. I always use these. Well, I try to get a really good grab. You see that? So you're tight to the stone. The bindings are not in the way. You're able to get a good grab on each side and angle it so that your bale is lined up with the top of your stone. This is why it's so important to have your bindings and your hands close and tight together. So you've got room up here at the top of the stone to grab the bale wires on the left and right side and have room. Because you see, if that hand slides up too much, it's going to create a gap. It's going to be in the way of what we need to do. Okay, so now we've got both sides angled out really well here. I'm doing something a little different here. I am just taking my flat nose screwdriver here and just kind of doing like a little twist while holding the bindings so they don't slip up, just to create that little gap in the stone. Dear God, if this slips, and it will scratch the stone. So, you know, hold it really well and then just proceed with caution. Okay? See that? I'm just doing a little, once it's in there a little bit, I'm just doing a little turn to get it started. Okay? So these are what I would call the front hands. These are the hands holding the front of the stone down. Okay? Now I can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, there we go, here we go. At the top back of the stone, these are going to support the top of the stone on the back side so that the bale doesn't wiggle backwards, okay? Some people skip this step, or they just kind of don't do this, but I really like it to be super, man, my hands are just in the way. I'm sorry. It's important to do this step so that it is very durable and sturdy. You know, I'm real big on that. The durability. I will sacrifice a little bit of aesthetics for that durability because I want it to last, damn it. You know? I don't want the bale like wiggling, breaking over time. No, I want it to last a long time. All right, so you've got the hands on the top back. I'm pressing them down. There we go. You can't see it because it's off camera, but I can see it. Okay. So right now I'm just going through, I'm making sure all the hands are nice and flat to the stone, so we close the gaps. It looks like a cute little star. It usually does look like a little Patrick there on the back. Okay, now we need to have some hands, even just very minimal, for the front top of the stone. Just like I said, the bale needs to be supported on the back. We gotta do something with the front here. So you can see I don't want ginormo hands on it. I'm really trying to let the Natrolite stand out. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit there. You know what I mean? A little bit to hold it there, and then we're gonna mimic the same thing on the other side. This part's a little bit tricky, so you can see I'm kind of manipulating the wire out so that I can just get the plier in there and very carefully try and create the same symmetry there. Because that's one thing, especially with this wrap, is your bindings in your hands. They take a while to learn how to bend them out together and to keep the bindings symmetrical, or as, it doesn't need to be perfect, but as, you know, just at a glance, does it look balanced? takes a minute to do that. So that's kind of why I do what I do, you know, with the pliers and the screwdriver, or mini screwdriver, because it helps me stay accurate in those two categories. Okay, so we've got our, look at that, we've got our wires pretty balanced, okay? And this wasn't the easiest stone. This is kind of a higher dome stone with less slope, you know what I mean? But we're still doing pretty well with it, I think. All right, now's where the half round wire comes in, the longer one we cut. So there were smaller ones we did for the bindings, but this is going to create our bail. The half round should always be facing you, facing out, okay? Flat side down, down. All right, there we go. So right there, the half rounded side is facing you. We are carefully going around all of our wires here. You notice that gap? That's what I'm fixing there, is just to close the gap around these wires by just, you know, nudging it with my chain nose pliers. I hate gaps. Hate gaps. All right, we're going around here, trying to keep those square wires side by side. You don't want them like crisscrossing and getting crazy right now. Okay. So you can see I'm just kind of doing some little adjustments here, trying to keep it clean. Going around. You will have some gapping too. Don't feel bad about that. But I do try and clean it up as we're going here. See that? Slid it down pretty well there. Kept the wires in line. Okay, we're going around here again, trying to keep the layers down close to the stone. You can see we did three. There's three rotations there. I'm using my pliers right there to keep it slid down. So I tuck it down, right? And then this next move locks in those three rotations. So the two front wires, the frontmost wires, those are going to pivot forward. You see how that crease right there keeps the three rotations pinched down to the stone, right there, and then definitely right now. It's locked in. Okay, that's why it's important to tuck them down right before you do that, and really important that the wires don't crisscross, or else you're going to tuck the wrong ones forward and it won't be a tight grab. Okay, now we are continuing. You see how I just switched it up? That third rotation, I just undid it a little bit, and it's going behind the two front wires. The two front wires are becoming the bail right there. So you can see we are going around that, and this is going to create the bail. All right. Also, I thought this was cool to kind of show y'all. I used a twisted wire on the front. I like doing that. It is a little bit more challenging, so heads up if you do twist the front wire, just keep in mind it's going to be just a little bit trickier in certain areas of this design. Okay, and we're going around. Again, I like to do this with my hands. Another important thing here, you really need to watch that these two wires don't start crisscrossing. They'll want to, depending on how you pull and pinch, or you know where your tension is going on these. So just keep that in mind. See that right there? I was saying make sure they don't overlay and start to crisscross. And you can see there, I don't have much gapping between the layers vertically either. The coils are laying, or the rotations are laying pretty snug on top of each other. Okay, now I'm just taking the bottom part of that wire there. Oh, I think I was fixing something. Yeah, I think I was fixing something and then just straightening it out so that the bottom part of the wire didn't have any twists in it. Okay, this might look a little crazy. Be careful you don't clip too far in and clip your bail. But I don't want any embellishments or anything else, so all of these wires are done. I clip them, I hold them with my other hand there, fingers, so that they don't shoot off in crazy directions. But boom, that's how I do it. Okay, I do cut it pretty close, so that's why we do this so, you know, precise. The reason why I do it like this, I like the front wires to be the bail making wires. They make the bail, okay? Because for durability over time, it's got less chance of sliding out. It's more durable to have the middle ones clipped, in my opinion. All right, we got a little mandrel that's seen better days. This has been used very well. I love this tool. And I'm on step 2 right there of the mandrel, and I'm just shaping it gently around the mandrel. And then I pull out the fancy pliers here in a minute. I know, it looks like boo-boo. We'll adjust it, we'll adjust it. Not those pliers, those are fancy. Okay, so I just adjusted the I guess the angle of the bail, because as I'm doing that, it does tend to lean over. So we straightened it up, okay? And now we are continuing our rotations on the bail. So you can see this happens pretty often. In fact, this is kind of what I aim for, is that the amount of rotations I did was just shy of what I needed. So I'm continuing to add rotations on after forming the bail, okay? And here we go. I keep my bails small, I'm telling you. I like it. I like the bails small. I like the hands to not be very, you know, flashy. There's the fancy bail making pliers right there. And I use, see that lip on the left side? I use that to kind of shift it up a little bit while rounding out the bail so that it's a little bit more round. This is important. See, there we go. Yep. This is important because different chains and stuff will need certain clearances to go through it. You know what I mean? So you need it to be more of a round shape, and at least, you know, you gotta have some clearance so that you can put it on some chains. Okay, and then we're continuing. So we're continuing down just a little bit, a few more rotations. Okay. So here, don't get these two mixed up. You're going to clip this off once you have enough rotations. You're at the end of the bail, right there, okay? Clip it off. Remember not to clip it at the edge. You want to go inside the two wires a little bit. Okay, and then you always, after clipping, use your pliers to pinch it down. See, and then you check. Is there a catch? If there is, go back in there, man. Get another clip. You'll notice, your customers will notice, you know what I mean? You don't want it to be uncomfortable to wear, or else people ain't gonna wear the damn thing. All right, there you go. Get a nice clip in there. See, and I'm using my pliers there just to tighten up the coils. I can't slide it too much. See, I'm using my finger there too. Because it's twisted wire, so it's not gonna wanna shift up as much. If you're using flat rather than twisted, you'll have a little bit more wiggle room here. I'm just doing some micro adjustments with my hands here to get that up and straightened out. Okay, now we're using that front wire, remember, that's been left alone since we did our 3 rotations to start the bail, and we're going around the entire bail now. So, now that the bail is done, it's pressed to the back of the stone. This is bandaging it all together. This is binding the bail down. So you can see that we went up the front, we made the hoop, we're coming around the back. I'm trying to keep it nice and tight here. Just doing the bindings. I'm using my left thumb there to kind of keep it in line. Press it up when needed, press it in, push it in. There we go. And you know, to be honest with you, I do like getting some stacks of these. You don't need to do this many, but I think it kind of looks kind of clean to have it taper down from the bail like that, depending on, you know, the shape of your stone. Like on ovals, I mean, you can't really get a lot of that going on, but with like a teardrop, it kind of works with the shape. I freaking love shapes that have like points. All right, here we go. Now we're underneath the bail, and we are just going around the back two bail wires, which, as you remember, are technically the front wires. Okay, and it looks like we're doing, and I'm just tightening it up there, making sure the rotation's up tight. Looks like we did rotation 1, we went around 2. You could do a couple of these, you could do more if you wanted. It's really not necessary. I think keeping it a little bit higher is good. So what did I do? Wow, look at my finger. What was I pressing into there? It's crazy. So I think we did 3 there. I think we did 3. Okay, and I'm using my nail just to shift it up. Yep, there we go. Just to keep it tight and together. No, I mean jelly bean. Okay. Here we are. And we're gonna do a snip, all right? A little snip right there. That's gonna be on the half round wire. So again, not right there on the edge. You wanna go in a little bit and then do the snip, okay? And then you're gonna take your chain nose pliers and give it a little right there. And that will pinch that wire down, so you don't have to worry about catches. Oh, see, I didn't get in there enough. That's good to check that. So now we go in a little bit further. So it's not such a shallow snip, we're in there, all right? Dang, that one was fighting me. All right, there we go. And we're gonna just get another. If you don't make sound effects when you're doing this, you should. You watch. It'll look better. You get a better result. You know? All right, there we go. So I think what I was doing, honestly, was I snipped it, but then I didn't work all the gapping out. So I had to work the gapping out, pinch it down, snip it again. All right, there we go. Cool. Now we've got it snipped and laid down. Now what we're gonna do is put the little bow tie on, all right, because we're fucking fancy. So we're gonna snip it and then put our bow tie on. This is really important. Look at the how I'm using my snippers. The flat side is facing the side you want. The tapered side is facing away. That's how you want to use your flush cutters. Sorry I didn't get a zoom in on that. Okay, so these two little legs here are going to become the bow ties. This is hard to see, but these are my precise round nose pliers. I've got 2 black pliers. This one has the rounded nose on it. The other ones are chain nose. Okay, and you can see I'm just pinching the end, and we're just doing a tight roll right there to get a little bow tie. Then I'm pushing the edge of the bow tie down a little bit so it kind of tucks away. Because this is one of the things that can make this piece uncomfortable to wear, is that bow tie right there. If it's sticking out, it's gonna rub against the chest, it's gonna catch on hair. Not great, you know? Okay, now we're gonna balance this out here and roll the other edge down, or sorry, up, and then press it down with the pliers there once it's adjusted. Cool. Let me know below in the chat if you'd like to see more tutorials like this. Did you appreciate it? Was this in depth enough? This is the base wrap. It's very versatile. And don't forget, you can shop with us. We sell cabochons, we sell beads, we sell facets. can hop into our live or right on our website, minotaurstudios.com, to shop beads. But yeah, catch our live sales. We are live every weekend. And I definitely will try and make more of these tutorials here, but let me know what you thought about it, all right? That is a beautiful Natrolite wrap right there. I'm pretty sure we actually gave this piece away in one of our lives as a little thank you to some of the people shopping. So yeah, let me know if you tried it out. Was it easy to follow? Was it a little bit more advanced? Remember, you may not craft the same way I do, and that's perfectly fine. That's great, actually. Take what works for you, leave the rest. You know what I mean? Take what works for you, leave the rest. But look at that beauty. Love it. See how the stone has the front stage? I love that. The gapping is minimal, the negative space, and that doesn't mean that if you make it a different way, it's wrong. No. It's just, this is my vibe. Man, look at that toasted marshmallow. Woo-wee. All right, let me know what you wrapped below. Let me know what you think about this. And we'll see you in the next tutorial, y'all. Peace.